G'day folks, this is Blugger, the TheInverseGentleman, doing my first Let's Play. This is also the first JRPG I ever played. It's a long time ago now. It came around the same time as Final Fantasy VII, but it never got quite the same recognition. It is, of course, Suikoden. I think it's Suikoden anyway. I might be saying the name wrong. I often get things wrong. Feel free to correct me in the comments. However, when I'm wrong, I like to be comprehensively wrong. I like to be conscientiously wrong. I like to be completely wrong. I will not change the way I say a word on the basis of some smarmy YouTube. Anyway, if I say something wrong, please forgive me. But I will continue to say it wrong unless I realize myself that I've been saying it wrong. Because sometimes I do that. Obviously the graphics, not as good. Well, not as good as Final Fantasy VII, I suppose, in some ways. Well, obviously this screen isn't, but I quite like the old sprite graphics. I think that they've aged a lot better than maybe Final Fantasy VII has, because, you know, this is really the late era sprite graphics, whereas Final Fantasy VII was like first era 3D graphics for consoles, at least. It was really pushing the boundaries back then, but these days it's just unless you mod it. Some other people modded it. I've watched some Let's Plays with mods in it, which have looked quite nice. I've decided to do this Let's Play because, well, I love this game, and I've taken a liking to Let's Plays, and I thought, well, why can't I do it myself? This game, well, apart from the graphics, I mean, the storyline is quite good. I really like it. The characters, although I think they're developed a bit better in later games. There's a lot of characters, and most of them are quite distinct, and I really like them. There we go, 1995 or 1996. I think 1996 might have been the localization. Let's start. I haven't really watched that many Let's Plays until recently, when I tried to play XCOM and failed miserably. I watched some Let's Plays to get some pointers, but ended up watching a whole heap of Let's Plays instead of playing myself. First I watched Kikoskia's Super Antarctic Challenge, then I watched LordFinisher's Super Antarctic Challenge, then I watched some of Necroscope stuff, then I watched a lot of Necroscope stuff, and then I thought, well, I can do this. Probably not as well. Forgive me if I'm terrible at this. It's the first time I've done something even approaching this. But let's get started on the game itself. There are 108 Stars of Destiny who will be... Okay, the graphics are not as good as I remembered. Not as good at all. Wow, even the portraits. I wonder if that's because I'm using an emulator, or I wonder if it's been that long since I've played it. Okay, still good graphic, the backgrounds are nice. I don't have a mouth, so how should I speak? Tio is the main character's father. I probably shouldn't refer to the main character as me, or people might think I'm crazy. But he is one of the 5 great generals of the Scarlet Moon Emperor. We are about to meet the Emperor shortly. The Scarlet Moon Empire, well, it's a JRPG, so you know that any empire is going to be not a nice thing. But I've never quite seen it with the Scarlet Moon Empire. We'll see some things later on. They do some things that are quite evil, but I think in general they're a force for good for the regions that they control. They're certainly better than some of the other regions in this area. The War of Succession will come up again. Briefly, there's a lot of stuff around this game. In fact, a lot of the stuff around this game gets developed more in some of the other games. The War of Succession never does, but at least as far as I know, I don't think it does. Unless I've missed something. See, the United City-States of Joustin. The second game is based entirely on them. They get a few mentions in this game, but when we get to a certain point, I'll talk about the second game more and how much I love the way Suikoden sets it up. As for the read speed, I do read pretty fast. I'll try and go a bit slow so that you get a chance to sort of look at it. If you can't, feel free to pause the video. You can make your own decisions. Speaking of making decisions, we've got one now. It doesn't matter much. There's a few decisions in this game that do matter, mostly to do with character recruitment, but a fair amount of them... Your main character isn't quite a mute protagonist, but every time he does speak, it's you choosing to speak. Sometimes, in fact, you only get one option, and it's you speaking. Yeah. This is Lady Windy. She's an important plot character. She's a bit creepy, I sometimes think, especially in this beginning part. But, well, she's a witch, so she can be as creepy as she wants. She's also married to the Emperor. She looks like the Emperor's late wife, rather. Ba-ba-ba. Love this music. Oh, this is one of the other 5 great generals. It's Kazim Hazil. He doesn't get... He's one of the... He comes in very late in the game, so he doesn't get much screen time. He's okay, I guess. Some of the other generals I like a lot better. This is Craze. He's one of the few people in the Empire who are properly corrupt, evil, corrupt. Not very... He's a slime bag. He's a sleaze bag. He's not very nice. If I remember correctly... Oh no, wait. No. I think there was some money hidden somewhere. It doesn't matter. There's an exploit we can use, which I can get as much money as I want anyway. And you need money in this game. You don't buy weapons, you sharpen weapons, and it costs a lot. This is Gregmeister, the major city, the capital city of the Scarlet Moon Empire. And this is our house. This is Gremio. The first time I played, I thought Gremio was a chick. As I said, I was young, and the ponytail crossed with the fact that he cooked, to my young and quite sexist mind, suggested that it was female. Gremio is basically our manservant, I suppose, our slave. He seems pretty happy about it, but he's very slave-like. He cooks for us, he cleans for us, he works for us. We can also be mean to him and he won't do a thing. Watch. Talk, talk, talk. My hands are full. And I can pull his ears. Boing. Young master, that hurts. Please stop. He'll never stop you though. In there is Pan, and next to him is Cleo, who I thought was a man. I wasn't very good at gender when I was young, apparently. But I know better now. I'm just gonna go show you one of the other generals while I'm in the city. I think there might be another one apart from this one, but I don't remember where it is. He is. She is. She is. This is Milch Oppenheimer. He's a bit of a fop, a bit of a dandy, but he's actually quite powerful. This outfit is nice, but mine are much better. Young man, which do you like? He realizes who we are, and he doesn't care about your exquisite clothes. He cares how strong he's a very strong magician. He's good at attacking as well, making him one of the few characters in the game that can do most. The characters that can do both, rather. The characters that can do both are the best, I would say, at least in my not quite humble opinion. We're about to see the world map. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm gonna be safe stating this. Jeez. Okay, I remember this looking better as well, but we're actually doing a bit of a run away, run away, run away. If we don't run, we die. We're probably... Oh, wait. Not these dudes. If we see a boar and we don't get away, we die. We're not really supposed to do this, but there is a secret that we can do. If we, wait, do I have enough... Oh, I've got... Oh, okay. This is actually a bit of a tedious thing. I've got to get to the secret... Well, it's not really a secret. To get to a rune, which is somewhat helpful. I like to do it anyway. I've got to talk to this dude? Chick? Apparently I'm not good at telling gender anymore. Marco's a dude's name, isn't it? Anyway, there's a trick you do with this dude where he will always perform the same. He will always do... The order changes, but after he does the order, it's always the same. So if you record it at, say, 1000 bits when it's very slow, well, slow enough that you can see what's happening. He does a cup and ball thing, blah 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 blah. If I was to leave the town and come back and do the 10,000 one, it would still be under that particular coin slot. I've got to get quite a bit of money here, so I might actually do this off screen. I can actually do it with save state scumming, I suppose, but even in the original version, you could get a lot of money from this dude at the beginning because of a bit of an exploit, a bit of a cheat. The first time I played, I didn't realize it. I did exploit it, I did cheat it, but the way I did, I hooked up a VCR, if you know what that is, folks. I suppose some people are so used to DVDs they won't know what it is. I hope not, because that would make me feel very old. But I hooked up a VCR and recorded... Oh, I've got an old save. I hooked up a VCR and recorded the cup and ball game, and then went through it frame by frame. Because the 10,000 one is very fast. I'll show you how fast when I come back to the next video. I recorded it frame by frame and watched it. I watched it frame by frame to see where the gold coin went, and it took me hours, just hours to get it all up and done. I'll talk to some people on here. This is Rockland. Rockland is one of the few cities that is properly... See that? You didn't hit me, you're not an Imperial soldier because you didn't hit me. Rockland is treated very, 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 very poorly. If there's a reason to overthrow an evil empire, it is this town. But it's an isolated incident. I mean, okay, it's not great for the people in this town, but I still think that overall, it's here we go. Overall, it is a good empire. There's little graves here. I just love the side stuff in this game as well. There's just so many little things, little touches. Checking graves. I've still got a minute left in this video. Ooh, that's very... Loneliness is a slow-acting but fatal poison. I guess if you have the internet, it's not quite as bad. Ooh, helos. This particular grave I'll come back here later. Clive is actually a character that you can recruit. He is a badass. I might end this video a little bit early because I've run out of things to do apart from this cup and ball game. I don't know, should I show things like this? I feel that it's a little bit boring, but it would give me time to talk about the game a bit more. Of course, after saying that, I go completely blank. Hey, gold coin. Big hit. Clive is in a few of the games. Suikoden is stretched across a large amount of time, the different games. There are only two or three characters, I believe, that are in all of the games. Oh, that's the sound to say I should end this video shortly. Wasn't paying attention then. It's going to take ages if I do that. Three characters, I think Jean, who's a magician, who's in this game, well, obviously she's in all games. Vicky, who's another magician, she's my favourite character, I'll talk about her later. And Yuba, I think, turns up in a lot of them, but he's not recruitable. I'm not sure if he's in all of them. I'm going to save now, and I'll see you on the other side. I'll hopefully have a lot more money then.